Let's bring in trial attorney Ron Zambrano, who's standing by in Los Angeles, who's with the West Coast trial lawyers. Ron, there's such a feeling of unresolved issues when you have a mistrial. Talk about just what we're seeing and the feeling that comes when a jury just can't simply reach a decision.
Oh, it's such a mix of emotions. You get there's no catharsis that you kind of build up for. There's no resolution one way or the other. For the attorneys, it feels like you put in all your effort and soul into trying to convince and get some type of verdict, and it doesn't happen. It's something you process for a long time. I mean, you even saw the judge there kind of shake a little bit. It's just an incredibly complex feeling of we have to come back and do this all over again. I would say the one feeling you get is just exhaustion.
You can kind of see that in the faces, perhaps, of these attorneys. I saw a bit of a smile there from Jason Meade, maybe at the jury, because for him, especially being out on bond, it doesn't mean going back to jail, but it means that this part of your life is still on hold. Let's talk about the process now. The judge said this is going to be set for a status conference and we will set a new date. Isn't that normally something that the prosecution makes a decision on, or is that with the judge?
I think it's something that the judge will allow the opportunity for the prosecution to really set forth in the status conference. I think the judge he's like, I need to get out of here, but I need to do something. I'm going to set a status conference and we will deal with this then. If it was really just up to the judge, he would have just set a new trial date or make them open their calendars. But I think he understands that the prosecution has to make the decision at the end of the day, and he'll just come back and set it. But he even looked exhausted.
Yeah, you got that sense from him for sure, because this has been a lot of back and forth. He yesterday got notes from the jury indicating that they maybe were hung on one or more of the counts. Also an indication that there were problems with the jurors, so he replaced some of the deliberating jurors with alternates, which means they had to start deliberating again. Then today, he declared a mistrial, retracted it, made them go back twice to try and reach a decision, and they still haven't reached anything, didn't come back with a decision, and the judge allowed them to leave. But Ron, my question is, if you're a prosecutor and you're looking at this trial again, you're reacting to the difficulties with the jury, even with the alternates in reaching a decision, do you still prosecute?
I think you do. I think you at the end of the day, you have to be professional and go like, listen, sometimes things happen. I believe 3 people were replaced. That's so rare. And you just got to be like, you know what? I got the bad one out of the way. I got to come back and do it again and just recharge and just do it again. And you know your case inside out. And that's a positive. It's just, again, you have to relive and go through these emotions again and these stories again, presentation of evidence again. It is exhausting, but I think they absolutely should do it, because chances are it's not going to happen like that again. It was very rare for that amount of jurors to be replaced.